And I think we are live. We better be. And the audio
I
better be
hope we're
amazing too,
live.
because blood, sweat, and tears. I can't believe I seriously cried last stream. That was embarrassing.
Oh
Let
yeah,
me tweet
yeah,
this out.
Videos.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's understandable.
Where's this stream at? It's right here. It's in my notifications. I'm watching it live. One viewer watching right now. One viewer, but 2 likes. What sorcery is this?
I'm about to tweet it out right now. Okay.
Yes. Vessi. Vessi. Wow. Wow,
I mean,
indeed.
How are we gonna top that comment? I mean, like we've already pinnacled right there.
Yeah, I know. What like the stream's been going for like 2 seconds, and we already get a wow. I like it.
Hey.
Like, and the thing is, I can hear it. It's distinctly in the voice.
Yeah.
In the voice of Owen Wilson.
Wow. Yeah, I can hear it now too.
Yeah.
Oh damn! Double wow! Oh man! Oh wow! Oh, I mean wow!
Wow. No, okay, what we need is a movie with Owen Wilson and Keanu Reeves where they just go back and forth saying wow and whoa at each other.
Yeah!
The whole movie, right?
The whole movie.
Or 10 hours on YouTube. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's all we need. The one scene, and then we can just upload it as
Well,
a
yeah,
10-hour compilation.
Like you're joking, but I legitimately think like that as like a side character gag. Like some movie, like just randomly, like these 2 guys just like walking around with each other. Just,
wow.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah. I mean, sounds good. I like it. I would approve. I'd give it a 10 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes.
And then Keanu Reeves possesses your body through cybernetics or something like that.
Yes. I mean, as he is wont to do.
I love how we have our conversations. We just take whatever the last person says and just keep going. We just riff and we just bum 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 bum. May make this whole story.
It's typically how conversations go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like improv 101, you know? You don't it's yes and, not no but.
I mean, like the really good examples of that. I mean, I consider us all very good at it here. But like, there's a channel I've been watching that I'm really into, Mike Burnfire. I don't know if anyone else watches that.
I haven't.
Yeah,
Never heard of it.
It's a sort of Let's Play channel, but it's like a little more gag channel than that. The one that I watch mostly is that it's a cooperative playthrough of Fallout New Vegas using mods, like a bunch of different mods.
Cool.
And the 2 main of them are Mike and Zach, and they are insanely good at playing off one another. Especially Zach, who like half the time goes off on gun rants. He's a big gun guy. He actually works in like gun stores. He was in the military. He was in the gun shops, and so like he will find like weapons that are put in by these mods, and he like go off on this whole deconstruction of like when the weapon was made, what its use was, how effective it is, if he's ever fired it before. And very often Mike will make some kind of stupid comment about it, where like, man, that seems really inefficient. Why don't you load the bullets through the top of the gun? And then Zach will come back and like, well, there actually is a gun like that where the magazine is on top, that kind of stuff. And it was like spin off in this entire ludicrous conversation about really stupid things from a really logical. It's great. It's an absolutely great series. Highly recommended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love dynamics. I love friendships. I love people that can bust on each other and make fun of each other, call out each other, and like just be happy at the end of the day. My fave.
I hate people.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, yes. But as we've learned,
people suck.
However, as we have learned from Gavin, people like grapes.
They do.
No, I say that because I just read this comment. It just came in on my Cinder video I just put out. Person said, pretty sure training with the same opponent for 70 years, you're gonna know how to take the person down. Basically, kind of come up with excuse as to why Cinder was able to beat the Huntsman. I just hate. I don't know if I want to respond to that comment. It's just so dumb.
Like there are several things. Like one, we have no idea how much time has passed. For all we know, it could have been a month. And 2, like a master does not teach the child the
Yes.
trainee everything, and the master grows with the trainee.
Just think about what you're saying. You're
Mhm.
saying that the trainee knows all about the master. Like, think it's vice versa. Then the master should know all about the damn trainee. He taught him everything he knows. Like,
Yeah, and I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says, okay? He did not specifically and tell Cinder not to kill them. Yes, oh, you can do this or you can do that. That's a choice to me. To tell a 10-year-old who doesn't know anybody, never talks to anybody, you need to be very specific.
out of nowhere.
Do not put this knife
don't know.
in somebody's
I think-
heart. Do not
I
choke
think
them
the
to death.
implications were a little stronger than just a Fat
Yeah.
Boy Slim lyric.
yeah, no, he said he knew she was going to kill him. He like don't do that, don't hurt them, and don't run away. That was my takeaway. He told him not to do. He told her not to do either one of those, and she chose the former. She chose to kill him when push came to shove. But I understand what you're saying, Cassie. I just disagree.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's just mostly like, look, if you do that, you're gonna fuck up your life. I feel like that's what he said to her, and like she didn't get the full implication of that.
She
I
probably
don't
just
think he-
thought, now. Like, don't do this now. I'll wait for until I'm 17, then I can do it, right? Right.
We don't even know if she you were like, oh, she was 17. We don't even know that.
Whoa, hey, yo, fuck, that's loud. Hey, who was that?
It's not much but Mary close to but not really Christmas
Almost
friend.
10, she was like
Hey.
14 then, maybe.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd say like
Wonton,
probably
I
give
love
it 2
you.
or 3.
Thank you. I just got a Streamlabs. Wonton, thank you so much. You scared the shit out of me because this thing is set to super loud again. Thank you, man. Thank you. Oh
yes,
my god.
yes, thank you, Wonton. And as they say in Phoenix Wright, when they said it wasn't Christmas, that means it wasn't Christmas.
You're the only one who
almost-
gets this.
Well, Batman should get this.
I get it. I get it.
Oh, then it wasn't funny then. Okay.
Oh,
As I say,
no.
we're able to bust on each
No, I
other and love each other at the end. Yes. I love you.
I didn't not laugh because it wasn't funny. It was a completely unrelated reason that I'm sure there's a logical explanation for. No, yes,
Oh,
I was mostly just ashamed that we haven't gotten back to that playthrough in. Has it been 3 years?
4.
4? Ugh.
Yeah, and I feel like we could do it through streams, but we just don't have the time. Maybe we should because my Saturday group hasn't been meeting as much. Maybe we can try and do Saturday stuff.
Saturday streams. Well, I mean, the problem with Saturday streams is that's when the reaction is.
Yeah.
We can probably do streams over this break, but at the same time, I still have videos to work on.
Yeah.
Let's start in
we're so
January.
busy.
I need to do streams and stuff in January because I'm not going to make any ad revenue, so I need to milk some donations.
Mm.
Oh wait, I said that on stream. Now
Shocker.
everyone knows.
Shocker, like you never do this.
look, no, you see, that's the thing. I am not the kind of guy that just I am on the level with everyone. I like money.
I do too.
And I don't want anyone to have many illusions. If it weren't for money, I wouldn't be doing this. Although this is not actually, it hasn't been earning me much money. I am actually kind of insane or incredibly stupid.
Yeah. I wish this was making me as much money as I constantly beg for.
Yeah,
All right,
I wish
guys.
it was making me as much money as I delude myself into thinking.
All right.
Simp bucks.
Listen,
simp
listen.
bucks.
Last stream, your long rants lost me 14 viewers. We're not doing it this stream. This is about RWBY. Thank you.
One word answers only. Got it.
No, but come on now. Come on now. All right, guys. So far, audio's good. I hope. I'm sorry. I really thought I did a good job, but I guess not. So welcome, guys. I always like to give people some time to get up in here, tell a friend, retweet, all that stuff. And thank you again, Wonton. So, episode 7, you guys. War. What's it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
I mean, yeah.
Let's go to war.
All right.
Go to war.
Obviously, you know what the boys think. Vex, what was your immediate, overall? How did you like it?
From what I can remember, I only seen this thing once through, a while ago. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Or better than the previous chapters, I believe. Had some strong character moments. Had some bad ones, but I think the good outweighed the bad this chapter for the most part. So overall, I say this is one of the better chapters this volume, and I can't complain except for Ren and Weiss. Then I can complain.
All right, we'll get
Besides
to that. We'll
everything's
get to
fine.
that. You're rolling up your sleeves. Make sure we'll get to that because I'm sure a lot of people have things to say about
Oh,
it, especially
last,
Ren.
in the last 20 seconds was garbage. But yeah, pretty good.
What happened in the last 20 seconds?
Somebody came flying out of the sky and it landed in a
Oh,
particular
that,
area. That's kind of
yeah.
bullshit.
Oh, no.
Covered in green goo.
Yeah, we have a slight explanation for a couple of elements in that scene.
Yeah.
It's a hold on, can I actually just put this in? No, but I can upload it to Discord and then just use the Discord link, right?
For what?
My edit of that clip.
All right, cool. Make it make sense. Why would she land
Yeah,
right in front
please.
of
All right, so we don't know about the green goo. The green goo, I think everyone agrees that's a new development in
Antifreeze?
Android
I'm
technology.
horny.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm horny.
Ugh.
Penny is now a VTuber. Actually, Penny as a VTuber would be really nice. I think that'd be fun.
Oh God.
But I was gonna say,
Should I put this on screen for? I guess so.
I put it in the chat.
Reluctantly, I will put this on the fucking screen. Go ahead, keep talking.
Half of me wants to just make that the thumbnail, and then just say hell with everybody who thinks that it's the spoiler in the thumbnail.
but to Vex, to explain that, me and Britt were going back and forth because we didn't think it made sense either. All four of us were going over like, how does that? Didn't like they left the city to go search for Penny, and so the only thing the rest of us could figure is that Penny in the there's a missing episode we're going to get next episode where Penny tries to get flying again or is somehow put back up in the air, like she's traveling from wherever she did land down on the tundra, and she's traveling back to Atlas, and at the end of that journey is when she comes crashing down in front of Schneemann. That's the only thing
we're saying there's an episode missing, I think.
Okay, so you're saying next chapter it'll be a scene where they'll flash back to her trying to like maneuver in the sky, and the hacking is still having an effect, and she land. Then she comes crashing down. Okay, we'll see.
No, it's something either like that, or she crashes down onto the tundra, has her own mini adventure, and then somehow is either flying or she's on like a transport. She's getting transported up to Atlas in some way, shape, or form, and then for whatever reason comes crashing down in front of Schneemann. That's the only way it could make sense. If they say, "Oh yeah, no, she's just been falling for the last day and a half, or like half day," like I'm not buying that.
Okay, so based on you all watched every episode of RWBY, and you guys know these writers. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think they're going to have another episode where they show what happened in between, or are they going to say she crashed from Amity?
I don't think they'll say. I think they'll have an explanation for the weird. I think they'll have it, but how they deliver it is going to be irritating. That's my prediction.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I want to be fair as well, like, and say like they'll say it, but I'll say maybe 80%, maybe 60% chance that it'll be on screen. Like,
I mean, mostly the reason I think that they're going to do like an explanation somehow is that she looks like way more beat up than she should. She like if she just fell. I mean, they did do the whole thing with the fire, I guess. I keep forgetting that just because that doesn't make any kind of scientific sense that they didn't show that and assume that it happened. So yeah, no, I think it's actually 50-50. I think it's 50-50.
Okay. Guys, don't forget.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you finish. Go ahead.
No, I'd say it's 50-50 because she looks beat up, and basically just Raymond and Ninja, while they were talking about it, were very compelling that she probably got in a fight and then like got like a moment of clarity and then like flew to. Why would she even go to the Schneemann? Oh god, trying to talk myself into this making sense is failing.
All right. Guys out there, chat, I just want to quickly remind you to @ us if you have any questions at all, because we might not be able to see it. So make sure it's any of us. It doesn't have to be specific.
The only problem I have with your theory, and I get it, it could happen, is that they went out of their way to make the crater look so damn massive. So the implication is she's falling from that position. But we'll see. We'll find out. But the crater is pretty huge. That's all I'm saying.
It is actually.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's people were making Yamcha jokes about her.
Yeah.
Oh, Dragon Ball. Okay, I couldn't remember who it was.
Yes. Yes,
He's
if
the
you
guy you
wanted-
always see lying in the crater. Like you'll always see
Yeah.
that meme around the Dragon Ball Z circles.
All I know is like the Dragon Ball Z's that we watched, which is the abridged, and it was what, like 7 episodes we watched, I think. So
Mhm.
yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah, that reaction series just kind of died out.
Oh yeah. Wasn't it like a copyright nightmare?
I mean, it actually, ironically, I'm still fighting one from Land of the Lustrous.
Oh jeez.
I got tagged by like a representative,
That sucks.
one of those one of those companies that does like the middle work, they're the middleman.
Yeah, I know what you
Claimants.
mean.
They're on representing Toho for like something in one of the Land of the Lustrous episodes, and I just like messaged them back, like 'cause they emailed me. They emailed me as like, we don't want to do this, so maybe just put down your appeal and don't worry about it. I'm like, no,
Yeah, I hate that.
I'm going to appeal. And so I actually like was very polite to them, very gracious, and I emailed them back, even doing some Japanese because like their entire they link you to a website that is entirely in Japanese. Like, it
Dextrix,
doesn't even have a translated version. It's insane.
Dextrous, I know you're sitting here begging us to raise the volume. Believe me, I've looked into it. Like Fatman, I mean, we've looked into it. I don't know how else this can happen. Like, I'm trying. I've tried, and I've got one more thing. If this may change everything. So watch your volumes real quick, okay? Hold on. I'm just gonna raise everybody even more, over 200, because I just found the OBS how to raise it more, which I already did, but we'll see. But go ahead. I'll do it slowly while you guys talk.
Yeah. So, also, Yanni's, I have also read Hoseki no. Well, no, I've not read it. I've read a summary of it because I just can't. I wanted to read the manga, but I just didn't have the time to read the manga, so I sat down and read the summary, and yeah, it gets messed up. And I really want the anime because I think the anime would just make it so much easier, and I love how beautiful the anime is. But as to Mars rover at Fatman Falling, do you think Penny was flying towards the vault, then fell in front of Schnee Manor? Possibly, but I mean,
That's an interesting take. Because Ironwood sent the Aesops after her as if she had just fallen straight down.
yeah.
And like, oh, you got to get her. It wasn't like Watts was like, oh, I programmed her to just go to the vault and get the relic. I don't know. I think I don't know. I actually don't know what to think. We'll have to wait until.
You guys are convincing me now because now I'm okay. The crater is the part that throw me off because it's a massive crater.
Mhm.
But she did say I'm sorry, almost as if she's saying, "Damn, I fucked up. I did something once when I was hacked, and now I got out of the hack, but I'm sorry because I already fucked up and did it." Maybe.
Yeah. Huh.
She does say that I'm sorry. Like, what the hell is she saying I'm sorry for? But then again,
For ruining the driveway.
then again, I know, right? Because Winter did say she's a part of you now, and that meant nothing apparently because Penny, the transfer of Penny's power still doesn't make much sense in terms of Winter saying she's a part of you now. I thought, oh, they're trying to go with the route of it was an order transfer, like it was Freya transferred to Penny, but no, apparently not because they haven't addressed it at all. So I guess not.
Yeah.
So I don't know why Winter said she's a part of you now. It's kind of like one of those dumb lines. So
Yeah.
Man, I just thought like there's so many different ways they could have played with that would have been fun. Like if Freya had transferred her freaking soul / aura into Penny, and like just randomly at some point Penny's like making cookies, and everyone's like, "Why are you making cookies?" And she's like, "Oh, you're not just making something for the youngins or something like that." Just like there's like bleed over with the personalities. You could really have fun with that. Never addressed.
yeah.
All right, that's all I can possibly do. I hope that's better somehow, but we'll have to see. All right, so then the war. We saw the Paladins back again. Everybody kept asking for them. I'm glad to see them for a second. They're different.
Yeah, I was happy to see them back.
And what else? Here?
Good for them.
Let me check the chat.
For them.
I will literally take whatever scraps of continuity I can get.
All right, Brando,
Oh, yeah.
Pretando. What do you guys think of the army formations in the opening scene?
I mean, I'm not like a military guy, so I can't really answer you. They are probably incredibly stupid, but then again, against Grimm, I mean, I don't know. I think honestly, the most logical way to fight Grimm is to get behind some kind of like barrier and shoot down on them, like castle style, because Grimm are typically not ranged combatants. and thus any kind of barrier that impedes their movement is beneficial.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's see.
Have you guys either read or heard the audiobook for World War Z? Not the Brad Pitt movie, but the book.
I've read the book. It is one of my favorite novels of all time.
I really love the Battle of New Mexico. Is it the Battle of New Mexico?
Where they invent the squares, the car squares, right?
Yeah, and they just have like walls of people just taking like one shots at zombies until they miss, and then they just hand the gun back to the next person in line. And they were ringing church bells to attract all the zombies, just slowly shambling towards them.
Yeah, and it was them learning their enemies' weaknesses, learning the capabilities of their enemies, and then being like, all right, we had to throw all we knew about classical warfare out the window, and because that was a big thing in World War Z, where like at the Battle of Yonkers, where they used fire bombs, and all that did was make the zombies absolutely more terrifying, because not only did you have zombies chasing you now they were on fire, and their lungs were literally dangling from their lips, because it's like that's how they the decompression of air worked. It just tore them right out of their mouths. Like, it made them terrifying.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Doesn't make them dead, it makes them on fire.
See, Brando, he says, I forgot to add that the soldiers in the back are just doing nothing. It was too fast for us to see, like, real quick. And
No, they're too busy shooting their allies in the back.
damn. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like they're just they're like instant reserves, basically. They should be fanned out. Like I agree with that. They should be just staggered like seats in a movie theater.
Well, not even that. Like airships, just sit in airships and take pot shots at Grimm.
Instead of the one airship with the super slow charge up laser that only hit one of those little sentinel bugs.
Oh my god.
From the previous episode.
Guys, why don't they just have freaking bullheads just flying down and scraping along the Grimm, like just carving a path, like doing a freaking warthog where you're just running down an entire line of enemies? Why not just do that?
Janice
I don't know.
asks, how do you like there not being any big mecha here to fight that whale? That would be really helpful right now. Oh, you mean like a big mecha like in
Cordovan
like
stole it, remember? Cordovan.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder why Atlas doesn't have.
Oh no, that's gonna be the twist. We see at the end of the volume, we're gonna have Atlas itself transform into a giant mecha.
Yeah. Oh.
And then it's gonna grab the whale by the tail and just like use it as a club against all the other Grimm.
Oh, I would like it. I would like it.
What would be helpful if there was someone with silver eyes somewhere on that goddamn floating city?
But what are the odds of that, Vex?
I mean, apparently a good, because like I was freaking out. Like Mercury has silver eyes. I went back. I checked the calibration in my monitor. Like I was telling Fatman, he had silver eyes, and I have a picture of that. So, I don't know. Gray is not silver, I guess.
If you go to the wiki, it says he has gray eyes.
Son of a.
which is silver.
Yeah.
It's just funny to me.
As far as Ren semblance over here, Dexterous is asking, what do you guys think of Ren semblance of evolution? Because while I can understand it, I find it a bit BS how he's saying so much from just seeing a few glowy colored petals. I understood it. Like, I get it.
I can't wait for a series of Ren one-liners where he tells us what the other characters are feeling constantly.
I mean, you'll see in the reaction, we have this whole like thing that we talk about on what's going to happen.
And he's happy. Oh, do you guys really?
No.
It'll be up tonight. I finished editing the discussion part, so I'm gonna be rendering the I'm gonna render the uncut for Patreon like as we speak, and it'll be uploaded probably within an hour after the reaction goes up.
I can just see like some guy off to the side, like Ren just looks at him and is like, "And you're annoyed." and now you're getting frustrated, and now you're getting a little angry, and now you're getting
Exactly.
closer to me.
Well,
and
guys,
now-
to answer your question, and you're not going to want to miss this reaction because basically it's the closest that I've seen since Civil War, Frostbite Civil War, because me and Britt are trying to convince Fatman and Raymond like no but, and they're like no but. So it's a pretty
About this
interesting
Ren topic?
conversation. Yeah.
I get,
Yeah.
I think like because I was Fatman's in the camp that it's what stupid.
Well, very much so.
Sounds
Yes.
Very much so. Very much so.
I'm in the camp that it lacks significant amounts of finesse. Like it's a very blunt rendition of what I think should be a much more nuanced ability. And I don't think
I
out
don't
of nowhere.
think the actual idea has merit of just reducing emotions to colorful petals and giving your characters an excuse to express them in dialogue. I see it as just a writing tool to make it easy on them.
I disagree because then you can have different circumstances where you can have characters act on the information displayed in a way that may not, especially with like Ren being such a reserved character that doesn't usually speak out. I guess part of the reason I was more annoyed with it is that Ren was being very on the nose and being very, very expressive about everyone's emotions, as opposed to like keeping it to himself and just acting on the information. Like it's
Well, he's saying it out
So-
because he's realizing it. He's like, but what is this? Like at the same time, he's not saying what is this? What's happening? He's just like realizing it, and
The shit comes out of nowhere. It's
I agree about that. I agree that it's too sudden. Like there
It's-
it feels like it lacks a purpose for it coming to be.
Are you guys? They need to kill Ren. Ren needs to die. I'm not about to sit
oh my
here.
god. Okay.
I'm not about to sit here and listen to Ren every time somebody has an emotional moment. The camera cuts to Ren. She's upset. Oh my god. I don't have time for that. No. I don't got time for this shit. Because every time someone's going through something, the fans gonna say, "What does Ren think about this?" Because he can see. I'm not.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be annoying.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I
He knows
did
the
a
truth.
poll. I did put on a poll on Twitter, and 100 and something votes say that hell yeah, I'm ready for it. Yeah, it was mixed emotions and stuff. It was like what some people, and some people were like fuck no, and I understand everybody. Whoa, that was still loud. Hey. who's
Yes,
that? Not
Dashy.
I.
This time it is me.
Thank you.
Not I.
Thank you, not I. Oh my god. Thank you. Well, I'll tell the story in a little bit, but as far as like the Ren thing, I understand like this is out of nowhere and why is Ren doing this? But because he doesn't know how to express himself and he's trying to learn, because I guess maybe that's what they were trying to do in a couple episodes with Yang and Jean. But as he's realizing it, he's saying it. I don't think he's going to be doing that every single time. I fucking hope not. But it's more like what is? But you're not.
The thing is, so it's like the power manifests, and immediately he understands exactly what it all means to him. Like having hints of it beforehand might have helped offset this. I know Fatman's definitely in the camp of it's stupid, but I think there are ways you can play with that narratively to give a character sort of a meta sense of sorts. But the idea of like maybe earlier on in volume 7 at some point you could have like flickers of petals around people and Ren just sort of looking at the confusion. Have it be like small background details that
All right.
slowly build.
Well, I mean, they
and
did
then-
that in the election with Nora.
What? Did what?
Did
Flickers?
they?
Flickers of what?
They did. I mean, in that whole episode, they had Ren like zoning out and like, basically just like not knowing what was going on and like feeling all those weird things, and
Mm-hmm.
like Nora just chalked it up to the horny, but it was actually Ren's semblance.
Oh my god.
What scene are you talking about?
In the
when they
election, the
kissed.
party before the milk got slashed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm
The whole
looking at the
moment
scene.
leading up to the kiss thing, you had like Ren and he was all like distracted and zoning out,
Mhm.
and Nora was like, why aren't you emotional right now? And
They
he
didn't
was like,
really-
I don't know.
I'm looking back at the images from that episode and I'm not. The thing is,
No,
it's
I don't think
particularly-
they like showed petals, but they this like his semblance evolution wasn't like out of nowhere.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Right,
Vex,
no,
you're trying to say
yeah.
something. Vex, go ahead.
Well, I messed with you, but yeah, it kind of was. But no, what I'm about to say, I think if you kill Ren, you kill two birds with one stone. You get rid of an annoying semblance that's going to come up, so just get rid of it now, and you get rid of a bad voice acting. But something else I wanted to say besides that, what is? Go ahead, Raymond. I'll think of it.
Yeah. Okay. So I was looking back to that scene. There's no petals, and that's specifically what I'm talking about. Is we don't get a sense that it's a semblance growing, because the problem is he's always has sort of like this warrior monk vibe, and we can't tell if we're playing into that or if it's something else going on. So giving us an indication that there's something else going on would be preferable to kind of clue in the audience. So the idea that Ren just sort of, every once in a while with Ren, we see a flicker of some kind of petal or something. And as time goes on, those hints become like, oh, it's a couple petals or something like that, where it's like flickers. He's getting reads on people ever so briefly. And then at this crucial moment, it finally dawns on him what's going on with his, like, what he's seeing, what he's observing, and he's like, oh, okay, you're angry, you're okay, and like that kind of thing. And I still think it could have been more nuanced, where you have multiple different petal colors, that kind of stuff going on. But like,
Yeah, I also say as well. I don't know if you're done. Are you done? I'm sorry.
I think the problem I have with it is it's so like immediately like exactly what they're feeling. I like there being a little bit of obfuscation where it's like he's not 100% sure. He's like, this, they might be feeling this. She might be feeling angry, or she's feeling horny. I can't tell.
So I know you're done now. You better be. All right. So what I was saying in the reaction to, and this is probably one of the fattest chances. Okay, what if, like, as that's happening, he also somehow feels it as well? Maybe. That's a big question mark.
Yeah.
Or at least starting to.
You remember Guardians 2? He's
Yeah.
basically Mantis.
Mantis, yeah, like Mantis. That's actually exactly what I thought of, and thank you.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, okay, wait. Oh, what do you think of Mantis then?
What do I think of Mantis? What do you mean?
No, I'm talking to Fatman, because he was immediately like, oh, I think giving people the ability to like read emotions and blatantly state them for the audience is bad. Mantis is in one of the best MCU movies out there. Excuse me, Mister.
Can I answer this for you? Fatman, may I answer this for you?
Go ahead.
May I answer? I just want to take a guess.
Yeah.
It's because Mantis was asked specifically to do so instead of just saying it out loud out of nowhere.
That is that's part of it.
All right, so go ahead.
Yeah. See, the way Mantis used her powers were very specific to what that whole like plot was about. She could read emotions, but she could also control them. She made Ego fall asleep, which is basically why he kept her around. And she had a purpose she fulfilled. And Ren's power is just glorified reading the room.
What?
Like,
but he can also negate people's emotions, which has served a purpose multiple times at this rate. So it's like he fulfills the same role as Mantis. I see you're looking at a double standard here, man.
Anything? Nothing?
In the hands of a good writer, this ability works just fine.
I have no
problem with you saying. I have no problem with you saying that these are not good hands.
I agree, Raymond. In the hands of different writers, in different show, different. Yeah, I'm sure it could be executed. It's all in execution. At the end of the day, everything's down to execution. I'm sure.
Senpai.
But I know these writers, and I know this character, and I know this voice actor, and I know this is going to be annoying. So I'm like, I don't want to deal with it. That's it.
Fatman, Senpai, come on, you can do it. I believe in you. This is the very first time you were shut it up.
I was wrong. A little distraught about Raven thinking that Mantis and Ren have the same
relatively similar abilities.
Finish. Hey, you talk to Raymond. Raymond, you talk. Let him finish. Please let him finish. I'm scared.
They have similar abilities, but they do not have the same role in the story.
But your problem problem was
That's
with
not-
the ability to
Yeah,
read
the ability,
emotions
yeah.
in a story. That is the exact issue I'm taking issue with right now. It's not.
Yeah, you
it is
shouldn't
not
really
what their
bring
role
in-
in the story. It is the issue with the power itself
I'm
that you have.
Gonna have to be with Raymond here. Like, you're gonna, yeah, it has nothing to do with you. Anything?
Funny.
Nothing? No? All right, let's move on. I'm scared. Just kidding. Don't worry, he'll make a video out of it somewhere. You'll see.
Yeah. Let's wait for my Guardians 2 review in 25 years.
Yes. All right, let's get some questions in here. But
That movie's overrated, by the way.
we were what?
Ooh.
What'd you say?
Ooh, I like the hot take. I like
So
the
that
hot
that
take.
movie's overrated.
Guardians 2 is overrated? Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here now. Goodbye. Everybody say goodbye to Vex Viewer. This is his last fucking
The first
thing
one
he's
is
gonna be
much
on.
better. The first one is much better.
You know, I'm very tempted to agree with
Raymond?
Vex, honestly.
It comes out.
Wow.
But we're not here to discuss Guardians. We're not here to
No, we're
discuss
not. Thank you.
Come out.
Thank you.
Yeah, the first one much better. I like the first one much better. But yeah.
All right. We're getting off topic. We don't
Yeah.
need to we don't need to kill each other right now. We can do that later after the stream.
Let's see here. Now we have. Okay, Ryan, that was the same kind of questions. Rem. I honestly thought that it came out of nowhere, just so the Ren can tell the audience that the Aesop's issues is. Okay.
Yep.
So, what is the Jamel Rogers? What is the show? What does the show need? Wait, what the show needs is Char clone. What is that? I don't know what that is. Is a Char clone?
Char clone?
I don't
Is
know
that
what
a
that means.
character?
Maybe.
Charclone. How do you spell it?
CharClone.
Charclone. Oh, it's a character from Gundam. It's that guy you always see with the mask from Gundam.
So Adam.
Does it-
No.
I mean, you're not wrong. Like these are like a painting of all the renditions of them. Is this? And I think it's because I'm not entirely sure why he's sort of like that. I'm not sure what he does, honestly. I haven't watched enough Gundam to know what that archetype does.
Yeah.
Hey, if you can explain it, let us know in the comments, because I have never.
Well, I'm looking at the TV tropes page. I'll read the first paragraph out, and if it doesn't answer that, then we'll move on.
All right.
A Char clone is a character who is based on Char Aznabel from the Gundam franchise, A Fountain of Expies. The Gundam series was and is widely popular in both Japan. Blah 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 blah. Given the sheer number of characters that reference homage and flat out are Char with a different name, they eventually became known as Char clones.
All right.
Brief history of Char. He was the rival of the main character, mysterious masked man, distinctive. He was the ace pilot. It's
And
revealed that
became
Char has a-
Charmander on Pokemon. Right. Next. Sorry. Thank you. Let's see here. In agreement, Ren somehow understands people. Right. Questions. So sorry, guys. Let's see here. Floof. What if someone just like, okay, chucked. Floof. Okay. What if somebody just like chucked 2 of those 1800s Morgan dollars at Salem? Would she like flip the fuck out or something? Like, what does that have to do with anything? Floof, please tell me. All right. Not really.
Tell
Question.
me why.
No buts. Okay. All right. Darth Titan says, do you think it would have been made a better scene if Ren unlocked his semblance but was panicking because he didn't know what was going on?
Yes.
If he just saw
Yes.
the pedals and freaked out. Ah!
Okay. Now, my question
What are
is,
you doing here?
my question is, it's Ren, okay? He's really quiet, he's level-headed. I think he did panic with those in a second. He like did his eye thing. He was like, in the picture right there, right under my wing there. That's him panicking. I'll give him that, because Ren wouldn't panic.
I don't know. Ren has emotional boil underside. If you remember Volume 4, he was literally about to throw himself against the freaking.
Sure, he's angry, he's this, but I've never seen him like scared or panicked.
Ren's all over the place.
Here's a good answer. Cammy says that basically Lelouch is sort of like a Char clone. Like he has like sort of a similar archetype. So Lelouch from Code Geass.
Alright.
That's what
I
you're
don't
saying.
think RWBY needs.
I don't think
needs-
Ruby could
needs
handle a
that.
Lelouch. Like I think that a Lelouch character would burn badly in RWBY.
Yeah, I mean, too much shit in RWBY is just spur of the moment bullshit for that to play out in any meaningful way.
Well, Rodrigo Rodriguez says, "Do you think Ruby would use it to her eyes, or do you think the writers won't do it because plot?"
I hope they don't. I hope they never do it again.
Ever again? It's like, if you get about it. I know, right?
You really
Yeah.
don't want to see Silver Eyes again, ever?
But,
I mean, if they never did Silver Eyes again, I think that would be the way to handle Silver Eyes.
it would be on brand.
What would be
At
the reason
very end
for?
of the series,
for it to
they
disappear?
defeated Salem, and everyone's just like, "Hey, Ruby, didn't you have like an ability
Oh,
to
God.
kill her outright?" And she just goes, she just kind of shrugs like, "Yeah, but I thought it'd be too easy."
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh.
right, but Fatman, what would be like the reason that it never gets used? Like, seriously, for it to
The
go away.
honest answer is just bad writing. That's the honest answer.
All right.
So yeah, it should be. So what we're saying is it should be used. It should be used. We're joking.
If you want internal consistency in the story, it shouldn't be used. It should be used. It should be used. Sorry,
Yes.
but if you want the show to actually force itself to improve, it shouldn't be.
Cinder's in this room. She shouldn't be in this room anymore. How do we? Let's have Ruby show up and use Silver Eyes. Okay.
Marsh Rober says, "How do you feel about Ren's collecting death flags like they were going out of style? Are there
Good.
death flags? I didn't see any. Did you guys see?
I don't follow. I don't track with that. Like, which
No,
death
you-
flags is he collecting?
Yeah, I don't-
You definitely have some death flags. Because,
Wait,
Where?
Go ahead. Well, go ahead.
sorry. I want to reverse a little bit. Go back to the Cinder thing. Did Ruby ever learn that Cinder had a grim arm?
What?
No.
Why did she activate Silver Eyes going into the Winter Maiden room?
I think they're trying to demonstrate that she doesn't control it. I mean, Maria kind of told her that Cinder had a grim arm when she was like, "Oh, it activated against Cinder," and then Maria's like, "Ho ho ho! There's a reason for that."
She didn't say that.
She was Santa out of nowhere. Okay.
She said.
She went full Santa.
She said, "I don't. Maybe there's something you're not seeing. Maybe that was she kind of said that."
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe there's something you're not seeing or something like that. And I was thinking, well, I mean, there was a seer grim in Lionheart's office,
Yeah. True.
but like Maria didn't know that. I don't know how Raven knew it when she was fighting with her, and she's like, "Your arm is grim." It's like, how did you know? I mean, obviously you could just look and see, but how did you actually know that's what's going on?
Because she can look and see.
Yeah, but I was
She
gonna say
saw it.
Ruby never saw Cinder's arm because up until her fight with Raven, it was covered by the sleeve, and then during the fight with Raven, she was frozen and chucked down a chasm. So Ruby, neither Ruby nor Yang saw it, and Raven never told Yang during their conversation. So it's like, literally, Ruby. If Ruby intentionally activated, it might be in the AMA. Like, did Ruby intentionally activate her aura?
Well, according to the commentary, Ruby had the best eyesight in all of Remnant. So it's possible,
All right.
possible she saw the grim arm when she went into that room that Fatman talking about, and she saw it. Like, oh, she has a grim arm. That's what explains it. Okay, and then she use her eyes then.
Okay. No, I was asking a question to Vexed. Where's there a
Yeah,
death
sorry.
flag for Ren?
Oh yeah, but okay. So the intro heavily implies that something's going on between Nora and Ren, right?
Sure.
So at first I thought, okay, Nora's gonna die because they're leaning in hard on the intro. Like they keep, it's obvious something's going to happen between
How?
Nora and Ren. But now I think because Nora was fried, they're not gonna double on top. They're not gonna double tap that, right? She already got taken out. They're not gonna kill her now. She's gonna recover. So now the logical jump is to Ren, because remember that little stupid flower, the little petal in the intro.
Right. The petals
Yeah.
fell, and he caught one, and then she missed it, or she wasn't able to catch.
Yeah. So it's almost like that hinting that she's gonna lose something, but she already got her eldest volume. She already got taken out. So now I think, okay, she's gonna lose Ren.
I mean, but the petals.
That's the whole thing.
The petals happened here. What if it was just foreshadowing for the petals, and maybe for some reason
That's true.
he
That's
can't read
true.
hers because he loves her and he
See,
thinks
the
it's
petal thing
disrespectful.
throws
I don't
everything
know.
off, 'cause I didn't see that coming. I like the direction they were taking Ren at first. I thought it was great. Like, oh, he's questioning all these fools. He's the only one being rational. But now it seems like they completely took a shift with his character now. So it's like now he's like reading the room all now. I don't know what's going on.
Okay,
Ren.
Mars Rover. Okay, all right. Darth Titan was. Okay, let me start over. Darth Titan. Also, how does Ren know what color stands for what emotion? And this would answer both Darth Titan and you. Again, and I'm hoping to God this may be somehow included in the story where he somehow feels something that he's reading. Because, yeah, what color means what? I get it. They're just flying across her face and head or whatever. Yeah, what does it mean? I have a feeling he feels it somehow or can, like, sense something.
Yeah, the visual is just artsy smartsy for us. I don't think it means anything for him. I think he feels it and he just knows it by his semblance. And that visual is just for our benefit, I guess. I don't think he's looking,
So
that's color
diegetic
blue.
or whatever for him?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think he's saying, oh, it's red petal. That means this. No, that's for us.
That's what Fatman said, what he was saying. Oh, red, green for boredom, something for horny.
Yeah. Pink for horny.
Yeah, I don't think he's like doing it by looking at the color. I think that's just visualizing
Alright.
it. For
Well,
whatever
here's
reason.
Yeah.
we saw the colors from the Aesops, right? We saw so-and-so had this and that. He looked down and he had purple. What do you guys think that means? You
Well,
out there in the
he
chat
had
too.
Pink because it was the color of his aura.
Purple.
No.
They weren't pink.
Pink, purple.
No,
Guys,
hold
it
on.
was pinkle.
Magenta. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. I'll get the RGB values up.
It was silver.
If Sony Vegas doesn't crash on, oh god, it crashed on me.
Oh no.
Starting to render over.
That sucks.
Hmm.
That sucks.
I see. Ryan Carson has something to say about Mantis. The difference with Mantis is that she was introduced, very capitalized, with the ability. Ren was given the ability as a sudden extension of his semblance.
But Raymond's point is he had a problem with the actual
think-
power set, or not.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
my complaint. It was my
Right,
complaint
that
with Fatman's complaint.
They have that they have the same power. Which
I'll put it.
they do. I mean,
Yeah.
look,
It's similar.
they
very similar.
do. But Ren is using it to read the room. Like, if he can't tell that Hare is mad by looking at her mad eyes,
No.
then it's like this is just like.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it for Ren. I don't like it for Ren at all. I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also, I mean, it's also kind of part of the fun of I think part of this is like I think it would be handled better with better writers.
Mhm.
Part of the fun with Mantis is that Mantis is just already incredibly socially awkward, insanely socially awkward. She can
Aw.
read the room,
Adorable.
but she has no idea what to do when she reads it.
Yeah,
Like,
like she has borderline telepathy almost. Like, because she, when she like touches Quill, it's just like, oh no, you have lustful feelings for her. Like she has such an insight into what the people she touches are thinking.
All right, well, we'll see. So, Tatiana wants to know, what do you think of my theory of the stepmother semblance that it was a shock collar? What? The semblance
What?
was a shock collar? Come on now. That's loud. Okay, sorry. That
She was pushing buttons.
that was somebody subscribing. That was loud. Ouch. Thank you, Takawuchi.
But to give you an example of how I think Ren's
Lord, that's-
semblance, I was thinking in my mind, like, how would I, as a writer, utilize Ren's semblance in a way that could be diegetic and also be like, it basically feel natural. And one would be during a fight with Emerald, he starts getting like the sense that she doesn't want to be there. He's like starting to sense like the doubt, starting to sense the fears and that kind of stuff. And he manages to talk her down. He uses it like the augmentation in freaking Deus Ex Human Revolution and Mankind Divided, where like he's reading her emotional stats and he's like trying to play the game of like, all right, is she an alpha, a beta, or an omega? And I have to use one of these 3 dialogue options to talk her down and get her to our side. Like I see him sort of like doing that like kind of mini game. Well, like it's a challenge for him, and he's like trying to learn how to use it. I think that's a cool way to be able to use that
Yeah,
ability.
I mean, knowing RWBY, he's just going to be like, oh. I want to just like quote from that book Lindsay Ellis did the video on, like, oh, I am your alpha.
Speaking of their alpha, I'm talking now. Thank you. No.
That is
Okay, so
that is 1,000% going to happen. By the way, now that you just said that,
Okay,
It's going to happen, but it's going to be like it's not going to be super finesse.
14
which is what I'm-
viewers. 14 viewers.
we're talking about RWBY.
We are.
Yeah, we're
Really?
talking about
What about
RWBY,
this
yeah.
book? What is this book?
No, that's
All
that's
right.
them.
That's something else. We don't need to
Ren's
talk
going to
about this.
read one of the villains. He's going to read Emerald or Hazel or something like that. They're setting it up. Why
Salem.
else would you give him power?
That's what I said in the reaction. I think
Yeah.
hopefully he looks at Salem, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
If
if
you look
they
at
don't
Salem-
do that, even I will cry wasted potential.
Yeah,
All right.
and then hopefully
if
he
you-
gets killed.
It would be great if he looked at Salem and it's just overwhelming, and he just like immediately collapses on the spot.
Dies.
If that's how he dies, I will stand up and I will clap.
I can see that they're making their way out of the whale. They are rushing right to the whale's butthole. They're
Butthole.
trying to get there.
Sphincter
they turn.
in view.
They turn, and Salem is just there, and she's watching them leave. She's not even trying to do anything. And Ren just looks at her, and like it's a slow motion turn where he looks at her, and like you see her reflecting in his eyeballs, and you just see a flash, like you see like in his eyeballs, you see this flash of petals and colors and all these bright
Alright.
things, and then all of them turn black, and
Love
just Ren just falls to his knees
Love it.
and just doesn't move.
And because he
like-
feels it, he can't handle all that feeling
And
that
he
she
dies.
had, and then he just dies.
He doesn't die there. What's more
No, he
horrifying
dies.
is that they're trying to move him. They're trying to grab him, but there's like a horde of Grimm coming down the hallways after them, and like Ren just won't move. He's just given up. He feels that
Wow.
absolute despair,
And then he
and
dies.
they
I
have to leave
like
him
that.
behind as he's swarmed by Grimm.
Grim.
I think that would be a
All right,
real
yes,
dark way
I love
for
it.
Ren to go.
As long as it ends with his death, yes.
Oh my God, Vex, we get it. Vex's middle name is no longer Vexifer. It's just Vex. Let people die. Viewer. Okay.
We do need some depths in this volume, though. All joking aside. we do.
No, for real. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
No Mistrillian leaves alive.
All right. Aura Master asked, "Do you think they'll actually develop on the Whitley thing, like the relationship, or do you think it's an episode
Oh,
and
don't
it's
even give me started.
Not
I might
this
make a video
volume.
about that, honestly.
Not this volume. They're done with it this volume.
That shit pissed me off. So
why? That was
it
nice.
was
Why?
garbage.
In the last stream, I'm like, please let them do something with
I
Whitley.
hated it for Weiss's character, which is why I think
Why?
I just talked myself into it. I'm gonna do a video on it.
It
Because-
mostly comes back to like go to your room. I think that really set a bad
no,
tone.
like-
for these volumes.
Weiss, they went out of their way to explain how Weiss has come out so far as a character. In Volume 5, they had a whole sit down with Yang when she took the big sister role. We talked
Mhm.
about how, okay, Blake, she left you. She ran away. She didn't tell us anyone about it. But I'm gonna be reasonable and mature and talk about why Blake did this. I'm gonna tell you about my story and how I was alone and show my growth as a character and be the big sister to Yang at that moment. Then you expect me that same character has not rationalized that. Oh, okay, I was a brat and a bitch because I had bad parents and I was lonely. I was by myself. Okay, oh yeah, I forgot. Whitley has the same damn parents. He has an abusive father and a drunk of a mom. Maybe that's why he's a brat. Oh snap! They expect me to believe that Weiss has not come to that realization yet. And then based on the character they presented in Volume 5, then she gets to the house and she points the weapon in his face. Tell him to go in his room. Okay, maybe they'll set it up. They're setting it up now. She'll come to her senses, show her growth as a character, and she reach out to the kid. But no, she's ready to leave. They're leaving. She's not talking to her brother. She's not talking to her mom. They
Can I
all
ask you?
die. And
Can I
What?
ask you, what about the priorities right now? Priorities of the world, trying to save the world? Does that make it?
No, I'm not. No, I don't care. That's your brother and your mom. You're in the house. It might be the last time you ever see them. You last thing you said to your kid was go to your room. You're a mature Weiss. You're sitting in there drinking freaking tea. They're in the room drinking tea, for God's sakes. Please. She can go talk to her damn brother.
Yeah.
So then they're locking out the house, and then Whitley they wrote it so Whitley reaches out. He makes me prove myself to my sister thing. It's bullshit. I hated it for Weiss. Whitley fine. But Weiss's character should not have happened. She should have reached out to him. She should have went to his room and found her brother. But the wrote it said she was leaving. She was supposed to walk out. And Whitley had to come out. He said, "Oh, thank you, Whitley, for being nice. You didn't do it for me. Oh, I'm gonna hug you. It was awful.
No. I think like even better way to handle that is that like that's a come home kind of moment for Weiss, where it's like she sits there and she's staring at Whitley and she's like, oh my God, I've been terrible to you this whole time. and like it finally clicks for her in that moment that
Something.
oh shit, you're actually like a decent human being. Like I was just kind of writing you off as sort of like a like an obstacle in the way. I wasn't considering you a person, and this is what my mom was talking about, that you're actually a good kid, and like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like Weiss should be the one apologizing.
Correct. Or something. She's the one with the character growth apparently, so she should have realized. Okay, I this whole spell about how my parents were awful and my. Oh yeah, he had the same damn parents. Oh yeah, maybe that's why. Okay, well now that I have that realization, let me go talk to my damn brother. It never happens. It's like a character regression. She forgets all that development. It's awful.
Fatman, do you have anything to say about that?
No, I actually didn't even think about what Vexed said, and now that he's saying it,
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah,
yeah, no,
Vex
it
woke me
is.
up to that.
It is horrible for Weiss, that whole scene.
Hmm.
Like,
I'm so mad.
yeah.
No,
Like-
you're mad? Get out of here.
No, you're vexed.
I was going to say, I was damn it, you beat me to the punch.
It was too easy. It was too easy. Okay.
Mad viewer.
I'll say I can see your points absolutely, and yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense that she would have done that. Here I am, like, you know, oh, priorities, the world is saving, but they did have that fucking hot chocolate. Yeah, all right, all right,
Yeah.
you're right.
Like Weiss forgetting that she knows a doctor. Like,
All right.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the Whitley guy who I love. He's apparently a phone call away. Oh man.
Yeah.
I guess she argued she didn't know where the hell he was. I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, she never actually like wrote down his phone number.
All
He
right.
always like waited on her hand and foot, and she never actually asked him what his number was.
So Void wants to know, what did you guys think of May's scene? I adored it. I loved everything about it. It was put in the actual story, like in the plot of what was happening. It was perfect for me.
No, it confirms that May is actually probably the worst person in this entire situation.
And that is a joke. Please.
No.
God damn it, Raymond, why?
No, because all right, let's think about this. Let's think about this for a minute. All right, Ironwood is only abandoning Mantle out of necessity. He said that he would have saved it if he could, but he needs all military assets up at Atlas to protect it. He is not abandoning them because he's being evil. May, however, is like, yeah, let's let the entirety of Atlas, including all the Mantle occupants, burn
What?
because my daddy and mommy don't accept what gender I am.
No,
I'm
no.
sorry. No, that is what she said.
That is not what. Oh my
Oh my
god.
Don't point that out to me, and I'm like, oh my god, she is that petty to let everyone in
No.
Atlas die.
Oh my
You
god.
make
What is
that based.
Wow.
I mean, okay, like I fluctuate back and forth between whether or not Atlas should be saved, but I have to remember there are people from Mantle there, which apparently were. Honestly, if I could, I would just kill everyone in RWBY at this point. It's like no one's good. There's not a good person in this show except for the main characters, and even then, that is incredibly questionable. But no, I'm being serious in that, like, her spite towards Atlas was so vile because of a personal slight from her family, and it's like that's. I understand hating your family because they don't accept who you are or what you do, that kind of stuff. But there's a point where your family there's a point where your family is not the people of an entire city. So like there's I unironically, someone pointed out, May is absolutely a terrible person because she let a personal vendetta color her opinion of an entire population. Now, we as the viewers have a terrible view of Atlas, righteously so, because we've seen 4 key locations in it, and all of them have been terrible, but we have sort of omniscience bias. May doesn't. For all May knows, there's genuinely good people on Atlas.
She's lived there her whole life.
And
She has more experience with Atlas in
And
her
she's
like 20 whatever
forgetting-
years.
she's also forgetting about all the innocent people from Mantle that were evacuated to Atlas successfully.
Sure.
You know, the people that she swore to protect, she made a big deal about. Like, sorry, I'm not buying it. She is cold-hearted in this scene.
Okay, I want to make it clear that I do not associate with Raymond whatsoever.
Same with
I'm-
me. Thank you, Vex,
No, no,
for thank you. I'm sitting here just waiting patiently till you finish his little rant.
If someone were to take a freaking clip of that and put it on Twitter, oh my god, it'd blow up. Oh my god, Raymond said something about me. But no, I hear what you're saying.
And for the record, I have nothing against who she is. Like,
Yeah,
like,
of course,
the-
of course,
the-
of course.
the,
Yeah,
the whole transgender thing. I have
Yeah.
nothing against that. I'm talking about like just being petty.
Yeah, to be
an
clear, I
extreme degree.
yeah,
definitely understood that you didn't even bring any of that up, okay? Because you
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
I
but
don't
I'm
want to
just
hear
hoping
people
that, like-
going, "Oh, fucking, you know, whatever phobic you are, whatever that's called."
Yeah,
for that.
yeah.
No,
that's-
he didn't say anything about that, so none of that, guys.
So just so I'm clear, you think she's a horrible person because she's letting her feelings about her family affect her thoughts on Atlas as a whole, and whether she's willing to protect it and all that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just want to
Because
clear
here's the
shit
thing,
up.
like Dashy and Fatman are like, well, that's she's lived on Atlas her whole life. She has more experience with them. She's naming her
didn't say that.
family in specific as. Well, yeah, I know. But I'm saying like, Fatman made the good point. She's lived on Atlas all her life. She has more experience with it than us. But she's naming her family in specific here. She's not saying I want Atlas to burn because they're all horrible people here.
Well, in
because they don't.
response to Weiss bringing up her family.
Or like, don't no.
Yeah.
She said, "Don't you have any family here?"
Yeah.
Like-
It's chaos at the crater. Atlas has an army, but Mantle only has us. People are dying. People are dying here too. Don't you have family in Atlas? No. Mantle needed me, and to the Marigolds, I wasn't their son anymore. Yeah.
Wait,
And I
she
made
said
sure
Mantle
I
needed
wasn't-
me, right? Is that what
Yeah,
she said?
Yeah, her.
So-
The thing is that Atlas has his
Hold
army and
on,
Mantle only has
Raymond.
us.
Hold on. Fatman, come away.
Yeah. She says Atlas has its army, but Mantle only has us. That's like the first thing she says
Mhm.
after this whole conversation starts.
Which is a reasonable comment. I don't have a problem with that. I think you're going a little too strong, Raymond. I don't think she's like
Yeah.
staying straight on. Set ablaze the fuck Atlas. Set ablaze to the place. I don't think she's going that far. I think she's just saying. I think she's addressing the family part directly. Like I'm not really worried about my family. They disown me. I'm not really worried about them because her point is, what about your family? Like my family, who cares about that? I think she's talking more about her family, let alone not really the all of Atlas. But that's just my interpretation.
I'm not
I
saying
mean,
anything.
she's still willing to just throw all of Atlas under the bus in the same way Ironwood did. At minimum, she's willing to do basically the same thing as Ironwood.
But Raymond,
And
there
yet-
are no sides. Come on.
I think her point is they have an army and I mean, it's a solid argument. When they said we should go help Mantle, why? Well, they have an army and Mantle doesn't. Okay, I mean you can't get past that. I mean it's a reasonable argument to say.
Yeah, but is Mantle like how? I guess Mantle was sort of on the ropes, but like we're definitely seeing
They're in the crater.
full on like the Grimm are completely invading Atlas now in a much larger scale. It's like I don't know, man. I don't know.
Do they know that? I don't know. Maybe. Do they know? Do they know that the
Yeah, can they
landed
see
on-
the outskirts of the city from the Shani place?
I'm pretty sure they're aware of the invasion happening. I'm pretty sure it's.
They're aware that a big fat whale has parked on the Atlas.
Yeah, I think they are aware. I mean, they see the Grimm flying all within Atlas's walls. You see it outside their window.
If they know that and Mr. Silver Eye Word didn't take her ass to the damn whale, I'd be very upset.
No, that's what RWBY was saying. She's like, let's go out there and fight them. And like May is like, nah, fam, we got to go back down the mantle. We got to abandon these chumps.
Nah, fuck them.
She thinks it's worse down there. I mean, she could be right. I don't know. We don't know what's going on down there right now, do we?
No, maybe we'll get that with Penny. Maybe that's like
Maybe.
Penny's gonna land in the same place Oscar did. Like it's under Atlas, I know, but like it's somehow going to happen.
Yeah, she's falling at an angle, and Oscar was falling straight down. It makes sense.
Sure.
uh,
Dashy, are you right now? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just trying to read some of these comments, and
Okay.
one of them really got to me. Like I don't know why they're saying this. Epitaph of Henri. Dashi, fucking really? Do you not have any family? What does that mean?
What?
Right. That's what exactly. So go ahead.
Dark Titan points out RWBY did actually mention the whale, saying it was larger than the Leviathan.
Okay.
They know about
True.
it.
So they do know about the whale. All right, that's all right. All right. Well then,
Just because larger Leviathan doesn't mean she shouldn't go out there and try to use her eye zapping thing.
yeah,
It's funny how
I don't
all
know,
of
she
this
did
came. Okay, God.
she did an all right job against the Leviathan. I mean, even just a little damage to that thing. It's about hope. It's about sending a message.
Yeah, Ruby.
Other lines from the Last Jedi.
Exactly.
Okay. So, if I may continue the Whitley thing, I'm glad that
Sure.
they're at least it's a good start for Whitley. I know you didn't like it. I know you had your own issues with that for Weiss, sure, but
For
for
Weiss,
Whitley,
correct, yeah.
for Whitley, and hopefully bringing him back from the quote unquote hatred that everyone feels towards him, and he's starting to see the light. I believe that is a good start, at least.
And the same thing I said about Weiss can be applied to the fans. Like, you guys know that Weiss was a bitch at the start of the volume. Everyone said she was. I still loved her, but everyone else said that she was a bitch, right? So, and your explanation now is, oh yeah, she had bad parents. So why wouldn't you now take that logic and apply it to Whitley? It just makes all the sense in the world, but they still want to call him Shitley and stuff like that. It's interesting how that works, right?
Yeah, and Decode Lifehacker says something interesting here too. It says he had to do something good in order for Weiss to acknowledge him. So, okay,
Yeah, it's
I'm
bad.
starting to see a little bit more now. I get it. Let's see here.
Yeah,
I
I get
think I'll do
get the optics for Weiss on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even consider that.
Yeah, I think I talked myself into it. I think I'll do a video on this.
Yeah. I mean that's definitely. And then
Might as well, since I'm so
lots of
passionate
rants
about
on this one for real. Like, you got a couple. Your turn, Fatman, because I don't think did I have one? I don't even know.
See,
Well, you're
Vex
going
had his
to.
rant. I had my rant. Fatman's
Yeah.
turn for a rant.
I thought you were going to when Raymond said his thing about May, but you didn't.
I kind of was just more calm because he was kind of going a little too much.
he was going for it.
Yeah.
No, I'm willing to actually pull back on that. You guys are making logical points, and the thing is, I saw that argument on Twitter, and it really got in my brain going about May and thinking about that, and it kind of spun itself into something a little more vehement than I intended.
Hey, any reason to abandon Atlas is a good reason to abandon Atlas.
I mean, we only know that because we're omniscient. We're not the characters in the moment. Also, like, here's the thing: once Atlas is gone, what's the plan?
What's the plan now?
Yeah, the plan is just to wait and hope someone arrives because they sent out the little beacon of hope in the message.
Yeah,
They're just waiting.
It's just hold out and then hope that they do their thing. Hope they get their reinforcements, I guess.
Yeah, it's bad. It's looking really bad.
Yeah.
Like, okay, everyone escape. Like leave the military forces up on Atlas. Everyone abandon Atlas through that, like all the mail chutes. Like abandon Atlas through that. And so get all the civilians down back on Mantle to go like hole up. And then basically have the diversionary tactic of all of the soldiers fighting the Grim up top, and just that's how you wait it out. You basically reconcentrate everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Get everyone on Atlas onto a smaller rock and raise that up.
Yeah.
For 90 people in
before-
here, thanks for being here. This is awesome.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If they were smart, they just would have Penny fly off in the middle of nowhere, just keep flying in one direction forever, because they need her to open up the damn vault, and then they'll be like, "Where's Penny? Where's Penny?" But she'd be long gone. And then,
Yeah.
I mean,
It was interesting if she was gonna go
Oh
try
my
to open
god,
the
yeah.
vault.
Penny literally could just like fly up to like the north pole,
Yeah.
find a cave somewhere, and like go into like standby mode and just like not do anything for millennia. Like literally freeze herself into like a canyon somewhere and just literally semi shut down, but like not die.
Fortress of Solitude.
and then Salem will be screwed.
Yeah, Salem would be screwed. Ozpin would be screwed. Everyone's screwed. It's great.
For all the comments in the chat that says, Dashi, really? Priorities? Okay, tea time. Yeah, I get it. I got it. Thanks.
Wait, priorities about what though?
Oh,
Priorities, because I said priorities, and then Vex said, well, what about tea? And I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. But then I just started seeing all the ones that were like, ah, fucking Dashi, what is wrong with you?
She
My
meant
God,
probably
all
the
right,
terms of, like,
tea.
world being like on the brink. But with the
Christ.
drinking the freaking hot cocoa, yeah. So.
Decode Life Pepper, did you remember that Harry, I guess they meant Henry, the person May mentioned, was the person hitting on Weiss in Volume 5 in front of the picture. Yeah, absolutely. That's her cousin.
And it was Volume 4.
Volume 4, sure. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
I should know. I had to work on that scene. It was like one of the few really. Well, I mean, out of Volume 4 had a lot of just really solid scenes to work with, where I didn't have to modify much, but like it was just very. That was like one of the ones that was completely intact. That was like almost word for word intact.
Really good chapter. Yep.
Yeah, Henry is like the perfect encapsulation of everything wrong with Atlas.
Yeah.
And that scene was dope, and I hope
it's one of your favorites, isn't it?
Yeah. It's Henry is the best part of the best episode of the best volume. Now, he's not the best character, and that's not the best episode, but with that many levels of abstraction, he's the best.
Yeah, it was a good scene. And it wasn't cartoonish. It made sense. It was like the right level of like douchebaggish. It was really done well. It was believable.
Yeah, and the directing on that scene too was great, because it was just like, what is this for anyway? And then it cuts to the wide shot where you can see them both, and right in between is the plaque that says what it's for.
Yeah. That was great.
So he's not like looking. He's just got the ignorance, and it was
well done.
beautiful. Yeah, I liked that.
The problem I have is that we just haven't seen the ground level aspect of Atlas.
Yeah, I
like,
was just
at
about
all.
to mention
and
something.
That's what we still have.
Yep.
And that's where like we get the first real glimpse of it in this episode, where everyone's being evacuated to the subways. Which
No.
you now,
No, I have to stop you. Okay, we get the first glimpse where everybody's chilling the fuck out, having a picnic, even though there was like a message saying, "Hey, we're all gonna die," and there's stuff happening out. How do they not hear there's a war?
Yeah, that's a good point, Dashi. They're like chilling out in the park, right?
Yeah, and then the one, I'm sorry, that one little girl was like, "Look, grab your daughter, run, fucking A." Jesus.
well, I mean, like at that point, they still think they're protected by Atlas. Like the average person, what are they going to do? The average person isn't going to take up arms against Salem.
They're also not going to picnic. Okay, they're also not going to picnic.
I don't know.
I mean, first of all, average person is gonna run to the subway. They're gonna get off the street, like.
Well, no, because they don't know that the whale has beached itself. Now they do, and now they're running for the thing. Like that was the big difference in scenarios. That like, I live in Atlas. Everything is hoity-toity and fine. I'm not really gonna take part in anything because I'm not really skilled at fighting that kind of stuff. Me and my family, we planned this picnic for the last week and a half, and I've been overworking myself at work. I'm going to go out there and have some fun with my family.
Look up. There is no more protection. The thing fell already, and it fell a while ago. There was no cover.
No?
Yeah, they broke down the shield already.
Yeah, when the little sentinels got in and they dug out the little tower things that were holding up the shield.
No, because you're assuming that the prospect of what we're seeing is happening one after each other as opposed to happening somewhat simultaneously. Like I imagine that the shield falls, the Grim lands, and in 5 minutes of that time span, that's when the alarms are all going off and popping off, and everyone's being like, oh wait, the shield's not there anymore? Oh crap. Like that's like what we're seeing when we see that scene.
Okay.
I don't imagine.
Because the alarms and stuff didn't happen yet because they were all just having a great time. Even though we heard the alarms when the little guys like took it down, the sentinels.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that it's a staggered time scale.
It's staggered. It's like everywhere.
Yeah, we're kind of like, what I mean is, we're rewinding the clock a little bit to show us what these people were doing at the time that all that was taking place.
And that's okay in this situation, and not like because you guys bring that up a lot. Like in this situation,
what we bring up is like in volume 4 when entire months are passing
Well,
without
yeah.
any indication.
Well, also it's like they can't fucking do that when they have a set in stone 48-hour time scale for the volume. Like when that's part of it, when it's just like, oh no, this entire volume is 48 hours. You can't like go out of order for that.
No, it's more along the lines of, remember there's that video about Chinese action films. It talks about the technique where when you show a hit, you show it twice, and you show it once from the far angle and once in the close up. And when you do it from the close up, you actually kind of overlap the time scale where the hit is coming in, so that you get a much cleaner frame of visual reference for the movement. It's sort of like that, but with the context of the fight, with the context of the invasion, and basically a little more time. If that makes sense.
It was just confusing, like this timing. I mean, it makes sense because like the whole penny thing. I hope they do explain that, because that if they're staggering time within each like group of people, okay, but somehow show us that. I really need to go to use the lasers room. I will be right back. But please, there's some questions in there. Please, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I mean, like there was enough time for them to deploy that squadron in between that the scene in between the shield going down and the whale landing.
Yeah, let me look at the actual scene.
Was that platoon of dudes there, just waiting?
Oh, I never realized this. VLC Media Player, when you load it up, the little traffic cone has a Santa hat on. I'm sorry, I'm just loading this up now.
We're losing YouTube viewers.
Oh, okay. Let's ask these questions. Ryan Carson asked, do you think that Salem will finally get to kill off established characters in the second half of Volume 8? If so, do you think they will, or if so, who do you think will get the axe, and who do you want to? Well, we answered that. It was Ren.
Yeah. Well, according to Eddie, the first half was the tame half of the volume. So who knows what's happening in the second half? No, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, no, I think he was talking about like the first half is in like the first 8 out of 16 volumes, and you just gotta trust us, guys. By the end of volume 16, shit's really gonna go down.
Right.
I mean, yeah. I'm gonna say this now. Actually, I see your points. I think what would have been smarter for them is if they had started this episode with the evacuation starting. I think they should have opened with everyone having their picnics and stuff, then all the alarms going off, then everyone panicking, then you cut to the military. I think that would have been a much stronger opening to the episode. But then again, you wouldn't have the scene with Ironwood ordering the evacuation. I think they want to give him more screen time.
I mean, I could see that. I could see them wanting to give Ironwood more screen time.
Because if you give him more screen time, then you get like the weird time scale with everything.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if you want to talk about how to do that better, they should have shown these people reacting to the shields going down when that happened. Like, not just them sitting there and being like, la 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 la. Oh, what? We're being invaded.
No, say that again, totally. Say that again, Fatman. La 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 la. Yeah.
La 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 la.
La 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 la.
Yeah, because that was like, oh, then you could explain it like, oh, they're cocky because they thought the shit was up. Like, oh, we're not in any trouble. They want the shit went down. Like, oh shit, this is actually happening. The news wasn't bullshitting. Ah, yeah.
Yeah. Or just to like have somebody with like, like looking up and realizing like, huh, where's the shield down? Instead of hearing the alarms and freaking out because of the alarms. And
well, I mean, we didn't really get much dialogue from them down there anyway. Like the best we got was a little girl, or it was like a teenage girl going, "Dad, look,
Grim."
Yeah.
For all we know, she was pointing at the shield and being like, "Hey, Dad, the shield's down."
I
think.
Yeah, I mean, for all we know, but we got the clip that says what she was pointing at. Here, let me get this. Let me
I
let me
w-
get in the chat. Let me. Get
I
this.
wish I cared about what happened to Atlas, but they barely showed the place, so I don't really care. Like,
Yeah, that's my issue as well. Oh, what are they? Okay, legit just the Star Wars prequels all over again? Why are they totally fine with on that one planet, but somehow they need space reasons? Oh, yeah. You mean like when Naboo got blockaded? Yeah. Well, we're not even hearing about Atlas and it needing supplies. Like they mention it in passing, like they mention like, oh, if we go up into the upper atmosphere, we'll still have our food supplies protected.
mhm.
Yeah.
And then
Dude,
they saw the farm area. I guess that's what they're talking about. I guess.
yeah. I mean, was that why Salem landed outside the city to fuck with the food supplies, to fuck with those little farmlands?
I
I
mean,
doubt it.
if anything, she definitely would be like fucking with stuff instead of just killing life or death. Like she's bored to death. She needs to. She needs to
Yeah,
just
yeah.
get something.
I'm getting the sense that Salem's like, oh, this is just inevitable. I got you. Like, there's nothing you guys can do about this. I have this thing all figured out. This volume's gonna end. Like, if you knew how the writing goes, like this volume's gonna end with a lot of people dying. There's no way you guys can stop me. I'm all confident. She's not blinking an eye. Nothing's
Mhm.
phasing her. She has this whole thing figured out. That's how they're portraying her.
Kokaku.
Yes.
K-cock.
Keikaku. Whatever the fuck. Okay. I am not embarrassed at all right now.
I understood what you meant.
But
Ash.
but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. There. I know you love yourself some Salem over there, Vexed, and the whole she's like in an orchestra, conducting an orchestra. Remember how like I was like, show me some of her power, show me some power. I enjoyed that. That was pretty scary. That you could do that. I don't know. I liked it.
I'm actually a little disappointed with Salem this volume in the sense that she hasn't left the whale. I kind of wanted her to leave the whale well early in this volume, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe she's got like, oh god, I don't even know. I don't even care.
Yeah.
But listen,
Like I was gonna think like, oh, what if she has like a weakness where she can't leave the whale or else blah blah blah. But it's like, I really give a shit?
but see, it's not. Nobody cares if you give a shit or not. Just say it.
Yeah.
All right. So my
Yeah.
thing is okay. The whole going back to Atlas again and then running away and go into the subway. Okay. Have none of them ever heard of Mount Glen? Like have none of
Probably
them?
not.
Probably not. They're all ignorant. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they didn't even know why they were raising money like 6 months after Beacon fell. I don't know.
Ah,
I don't
yeah.
think they studied Beacon history, or if they did,
Yeah.
it was just like the blow-off class.
Wow.
Um,
All right. That makes
yeah.
sense.
James Krause asks, "Am I the only one who thinks they should have gone back to school and completed their training instead of directly going up against Salem's force?"
Well,
No.
You might be the only. No, he's not the only one.
No. They should. Well, the way the story's written, they shouldn't have. No, because they're the only competent people out there apparently. Because it doesn't really matter becoming a huntsman to finish your all the huntsmen they show are trash anyway. So why bother finishing your studies when
Well,
all
right
the
now-
huntsmen who finish the studies are dumb?
right now it's all hands
So-
on deck. That's
Yeah, and
about
they
it.
had the better writers. Sure, they should have went back to school. But this, no. I mean, I don't. It is what it is, basically.
The thing I'm mad about, take a shot in the commentary, they're like, oh, we didn't have any time in volume 7 to like have them doing regular huntsman stuff, but you might see that in the future. And it's like, how are you going to go
What?
back from this?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
how are you going to go like, oh, Salem's in full-on invasion mode, and then go back to like, oh, I gotta get a fucking cat out of a tree.
Yeah.
No,
it's
no,
bull-
because
it's bullshit.
we already saw it in volume 7. We saw how that works. Remember?
montage?
We saw the montage.
We saw the-
Okay.
we saw the-
That's what they were talking about. It was the
Covered it.
freaking
Okay,
montage.
gotcha. It's over. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's like,
That's
they
it.
can't go back. They can't do
Yeah,
more.
they can't.
They've done it.
It's too late. It's over. The school days are over.
Yes. And if the show was actually written with a narrative structure in mind, it would have mattered more.
Yes, agreed. Big time.
Yeah, there would have been an escalation, a building tension, a
Oh, that-
rousing
that
action,
would
if
be-
you will.
That would be great for like the
A
beginning
story
of
being
volume
told.
7. The beginning of volume 7 is them doing regular huntsman work, and it's kind of feels hollow to them because they know about this grand threat, but they really don't have anything they can do to lead up to it except for Amity ready, but it's not going to be ready for a couple of months, that type of deal. So like there's this long stretch of time where they're working and doing things, and they're all like getting more and more anxious over like, we don't know what her next move is. We don't know what she's going to be doing. Oh my god, like, and they can't like focus on their normal everyday life type deal.
Or how about them going to school and face rolling all of the exams because they spent 6 to 8 months walking from point A to point B, and they have so much real world experience that all this controlled environment training course stuff is
No. They all keep getting flunked, but it's because they have the practical knowledge, but not the book knowledge they need to regurgitate to pass. So like the teacher is going to be like, oh yes, but you didn't apply this way to open a tent.
Okay.
And it's like, look, when we're off to the side here and we're all dying, like we're all like super injured from like being torn apart by Grim, and we just need to set up a damn place to sleep.
Yeah, it's the fucking Great Divide from Airbender when it's just like, oh, you guys don't put your tarps up either.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So do you guys think like we'll see Henry at all? Even just like a quick, he's running, but he forgot his champagne and ran back to get his champagne. I don't know. Do you think we'll see him real quick?
I hope not.
I can't imagine they do it well.
Mm.
Like I can't imagine. Like if they see if like Henry and May like meet eyes while they're leaving, like Henry's going to like the shelter on Atlas, and May is like leaving to go back to Mantle, and they like cross each other, and they're like, but you or just like just an awkward wave, like, hey, hi.
Oh no, even better yet, they shoehorn in a scene where like Henry is like, no, May, I always actually secretly looked up to you because you were so unabashedly yourself. And it's like the entire time. It's just like
Oh god.
Yeah, I wouldn't
And
put
then
it past-
she changes her mind about her family, and they're like,
Okay.
no, we need to save Atlas now. Why'd you do that to me? Why'd you put
Why-
that? Why'd you inception that idea into my brain?
it's my brain, and I don't want to
Oh,
suffer
God damn
alone.
it.
Wow.
I just lost the question I was going to ask. Damn it.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I blanked out, and it was going to be a 1 or 2 question. But please, let's see. Fuck. So,
Ryan.
as far as who was, I was happy to see Klein again for a moment. Okay. This is what I was going to say. Okay, in the reaction, all right. This was very disappointing to me. Chat. 1 or 2, yes or no. Did you know that Emerald was based on Aladdin? Or please tell me before I tell you the
very
story.
curious.
All right. Go ahead and tell us. 1 or 2. Yes, I knew.
While you're
No, I did not. 1 or 2.
while you're answering that, I'm going to answer Ryan. Oh shit, I lost it. Oh no, okay. I'm going to read out what Ryan Carson said. The reason people aren't running away immediately is because they believe Salem is fake news. And yeah, I agree.
I mean, that goes back to what Vex said in the last stream, or 2 streams ago. Like, would you believe this like little kid on screen saying like the world's gonna end? You'd
Yeah.
be like, nah. So maybe
Yeah,
that's what they're doing.
It's like some like like War of the Worlds, like the opposite of that. They already had their War of the Worlds, and now they don't believe anything that sounds insane.
All right, let's see.
Does the army formation make sense? I think we already read that.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
the
it
bees,
does.
not the bees. I don't know what the context of that was. Jazz. There were bees.
Okay, guys,
Bumblebee
you're off
or-
the hook. There's surprisingly a lot of no's in here. All right, you're off the hook.
I feel like I knew that at some point in the past, but completely forgot about it because it's never really become relevant until literally 8 volumes into the show.
Yeah.
Wait, so what's happening right now? What about Emerald?
Oh yeah, Emerald is based on Aladdin.
No idea. I had no idea.
You had no
Yeah.
idea either. Okay. Yeah, and remember I said
When-
there's
when was
and
that
somebody else
established?
as well. It's Aladdin and Cleopatra. She's a mix. She's based on those 2. Okay. Ryan Carson, what is kind of obvious.
Interesting.
Anyway, the reason I bring this up is because they did not know, and then a really cool question was asked about asking Genie or not Genie, fucking Jin. The last question: do you guys think it's gonna be Emerald, and that'll like solidify the whole Aladdin thing? So
It should be Hazel. I wanted to be Hazel more so than Emerald.
I don't know. You think he'll actually do it, or he'll be like, nah.
I think he'll do well. Now I think about it, because Emerald was spying. She was listening in on it, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So they maybe setting it up for her. You're right. Maybe I'll be Emerald. Maybe.
I think it would be cooler if Emerald did it. Emerald asked the question, and then, without his knowledge, Hazel goes up and tries to ask Jin a question, but it doesn't work, and then he's gonna think Ozpin lied to him.
That's hilarious.
And in the interim between those two scenes, whatever Emerald learns, she breaks Oscar out of of his like entrapment. So when Hazel goes back, he's like, "Oh, he lied to me so he could escape."
Yeah.
Damn, I got bamboozled by Ozpin again.
And Ryan Carson, I know that she's not a Cleopatra. She is from Cleopatra. Like there's it's been said. Also, I know Cleopatra is not a fairy tale person, but neither is Joan of Arc, and a lot of other people they do that. So.
I mean, in fairness, Cleopatra has a lot of mystique around her. Like there's the legend of Cleopatra is kind of interesting in that people actually theorize she wasn't the drop dead beauty that everyone puts her up to be.
It's just all makeup. It was Maybelline. Maybe it's Maybelline.
The theory goes is that the men who were tricked by her wiles didn't want to admit that they were outfoxed by a woman, so they played up her beauty as though they had been blinded by lust.
Oh, what a...
Which honestly makes them still look pretty bad, all things considered.
Yeah. No, because they weren't tricked by a woman. They were tricked by their own dicks. That's like double manly. Your dick is smarter than your brain.
Isn't usually the case? Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I'm a furry. I can't talk.
Poor Vex. Vex is like, when are we gonna stop this?
Hey, we got up to 94 by that conversation.
Not
Decode
bad.
Decode Lifehacker asks
93, 92.
What does he ask, Fatman? What does he or
happy
she?
to see background hunters that was awesome, either by being a great fighter or an OP semblance. Yes, but I think that's too much wishful thinking.
That should have been volumes ago. But yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, not only volumes ago, but like consistently throughout all the volumes.
Correct. That's what I mean. Yeah, it should have been a thing, like a part of the world building. Yeah, it should have been.
Yes.
Oh, look at the actual strong husband that we aspired to be like. Okay,
yeah,
kind of like Hunter x Hunter. Like, just make it clear that these are kids, and these are the official huntsmen. These are like the powerful huntsmen. These are like the people who actually need to go do the work.
Hunter x Hunter, My Hero Academia, Naruto, literally any other shonen on the planet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That they do watch. So I'm interested as to why they didn't like adapt that, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's because it's a fucking adaptation of Last Airbender, where the only characters there were like kids. Like even like Zhao was just barely a match for Zuko. Like, and Roku was the only person, like the only like adult old person who was better than them, and he was the borderline, hallucination.
You discounting Boomy?
Yeah, you had the White Lotus.
Okay, the White Lotus.
They're all OP.
Yeah. Okay, I did forget them. I apologize. I was
gonna say, how can you forget Badass Grandpa Squad?
Yes.
Yeah, the Lotus.
Yes.
Yeah, those are the big boys of the world. Yeah.
Yes.
And RWBY, the big boys are getting their ass kicked by the kids. So
yeah,
Right.
it's bad. Like, I mean, especially what you don't do in that situation is that you don't say, like, oh, we wanted to portray the best of the best, the Team RWBY of Atlas.
Yeah.
Like they're so blind to their own failures that it's painful to
fair.
watch.
It's hilarious how they keep trying to explain it. Even in the latest episode, Ren's like, "That's when you guys lost to RWBY." Oh, just shut up and let it go.
Oh God, yeah, no, that line hurt.
You fucked up. Now you're trying to explain it. Okay, we got it, but just stop. It sounds horrible now.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that was gonna be one of my questions. Like, how did you feel about that? And then bringing that up again. So there's my answer to that. Cool.
Cross Devil asks, "What would you do if you were in Atlas or Mantle?" If I was in Atlas, I would just die.
I would try and sing Kumbaya somewhere, fucking around a campfire, calm down people.
like me?
Well, what's the context of this? Do we have like RN semblances? Do we are we huntsmen in this setting? Are we civilians? Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot
We're
of
us.
factors at play here.
If I was in Atlas, it would be really weird because I would be making a video about a reaction to a thing that's happening right now.
Yeah.
There'd be Grim like tearing shit up, and I'd just be like, "Ah, fucking Ninja's audio, god damn it!"
Oh god, too relatable right now for you.
I would just turn into a bird and like fly away.
Yeah,
Or
give
I would
us.
break myself down into my molecular components and then leave. Either way, I just leave somehow. Use my symbols.
Yeah, we would need some sort of like lore, I guess, for us. What else?
Should the rest of the stream just be us making up OCs and?
No, we're still on this damn episode. Okay, one of the questions was, and I can't find it right now. I'm sorry. I'm gonna forget who it was. What did you guys think about everybody having a solid color except for winter?
Like I said, with that ability, I think it should have been way more finessed. I know you'll hear this in the reaction that Britt and I go back and forth about it. He thinks that the solid colors works. I think you could have. I think it should have been. Everyone should have been like winter, in that they had multiple colors going on around them, but like one predominant one, which would be like their conscious emotion, the one that's like at their most high priority. But then you have like the background emotions that are swirling to support it. And then like with winter, she's just so all over the place that she has all the different colors mixed together.
Okay, and as I was saying in the stream too, I was responding to that as well with Britt. That what if, because it's so new and it's baby evolution right now, that the more predominant colors is what he sees, and that's how fucked up winter is. Basically saying the same exact thing you are, but because it's new, he's only able to develop those, traits and whatever he's.
Yeah, I honestly thought that the color of the petals was based on the color of their aura, but then I went back and I checked, and no, it's not. And I checked that after I saw winter, and I'm like, wait a second, shouldn't she have like white petals around her?
That's racist.
Oh, she's dealing with mixed emotions. That's why it's all different colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How about this? I just hope Rin dies before
Again. Oh my God! Take a shot. Take a shot. Okay.
Yeah.
Commentary for Fatman, fixing RWBY for Raymond, and kill Ren for Vex.
Ren
Take a shot.
dying for Vexed.
Yeah, because the semblance it really soured me. I don't want to deal with this forever. Like, I don't want to deal with it. So just
Are you trying to move on like I've been doing this entire fucking stream? Just kidding. Just kidding.
This stream is now called Lie Ren Must Die.
I guess so. Jesus.
I love it.
All right.
Darth Titan asks, has it been answered that the relics are in a pocket dimension or on another planet? No, it hasn't been answered. And
Another
even if it
planet?
was, we couldn't trust it.
Why?
Exactly.
How? Would
I
it be?
think word of God, it says that they're in a pocket dimension.
Word of fucking
God?
retcon God.
Yeah. Does it say that in the companion book? That has a bunch of lies in
Oh
it?
God.
No. The thing is that, like, basically it's canon until it's not. So it's like that's sort of what I operate on right now.
That's a corner you painted yourself.
I know. And Vex, for the record, I do in fact own that damned thing.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm heavily considering shooting that with a shotgun like I did the thing.
with the thing cartridge.
Although I don't think my friend owns that shotgun anymore, so I don't know if he has a handgun. Maybe I can do something fun with the handgun. Buy some tannerite. Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, just blow it away. Get like a 50 cal. That'd be pretty dope.
All right. I think it's time to wind down a little bit. But go ahead, man. We're winding down, so get those questions in that you haven't heard yet.
Yeah, Ryan Carson asks, if you guys were in Atlas and apart from the Atlesian military, would you want to get into a relationship with Winter and maybe play Monopoly?
Oh my God. That question is the most relevant question I've ever heard in my life.
What ship is Monopoly?
Only strip Monopoly. for me.
I was gonna say, like, is playing Monopoly a new sex pose involving shock?
It's the new Netflix and chill. Yep.
It's in quotes, and I would.
It's Watts X Jock. That's what Monopoly is.
Ooh,
That's
right,
gotta
yeah.
be what Monopoly is.
Ugh.
But also, I don't know. I don't know if I would want to bang Winter. I think I would probably more go for Neon. Honestly, I actually like Neon a lot.
Monopoly has mono, so it made me think like you're doing it by yourself, and that was
You're hoarding your own penis to yourself. No, no. Stay back. You're kicking people away.
play Monopoly all night.
The pores can't touch it.
Oh right.
Yeah,
Well,
no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
okay. I'm gonna read one more question here. Janice, you asked before. Oh no, Tatiana asked before. What's everyone's semblance on Team Frostbite? Personally, I think the semblance should be like given to us, because if we pick, we'd sit here be like picking so many things and so many, criteria and stuff. But
Yeah.
if you,
I would much rather have one assigned by the fans.
yeah,
Instead
exactly.
Of
Go ahead
me
and
trying
just
to pick one.
and
Yeah.
we can if you're in the Discord, let us know what that is for the next episode, because that'd be awesome. Yeah. And also or tweet us with that. And the last question of the evening for you guys, unless I see any more questions that you guys see for you.
Decode Lifehacker says, how do you think Salem chooses who she brings into her inner circle?
Well, Watts taught her how to conduct.
And goes for she walks through a jail and and just picks them at like she's grocery shopping. Just like, okay, no, yeah.
All right.
No, this one's a little spoiled. Can I get this?
Squeezes her ass. Oh, not ripe enough. Oh, this one has really shaved abs. Let's grab that one.
Oh my God, that mustache.
Yep.
And then like one of her flunkies is like, I thought you needed a girl to get the maiden power, and she's like, oh yeah, and then like on her way out she like picks Cinder up off the rack at the checkout counter.
It's
the clearance rack.
It's the clearance rack.
There.
Jeez, poor Cinder.
Now that I think about it, it never actually showed us like a flashback of when Salem recruited any of them.
Right.
I don't think it's ever coming, honestly.
No. That would be cool to have, though, for real.
I mean, do you really think? I mean, after 8 years, they gave us Cinder backstory. You really don't think that they'll ever give us a fucking
Salem
other thing?
Other thing. I mean, Cinder, Hazel, and Watts, and all of them. At this point, it's kind of like late in the game. Like, I don't really care how they joined up. I mean, they're already
we kind of got Hazel. We kind of got Hazel's through dialogue.
Yeah,
which I think is
sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you really care how Tyrion joined up with her? I mean,
well, we didn't get that through dialogue, but we did get that through text on a screen.
Text on a screen.
You know, the poor man's dialogue.
Oh, that's right. The report, right?
Yeah.
When's the next stream going to be? Darth Titan, I'm not sure exactly, because it varies every week and depends on who's available when. This Christmas,
Plus,
wait,
no
we're gonna have one
episode.
more until the hiatus, right? So yeah,
No,
we're
it.
not sure. Yeah.
No, we're in hiatus now. And we're gonna have Dashy's birthday stream though.
Oh yeah, well, my birthday's coming up. Yeah, on the 29th, and also a Christmas stream too. So
Yeah.
Just subscribe. Yes, tell a friend. All right, my last question of the
sub.
night. I'm sorry, Fatman, what were you saying?
I was saying sub.
Yes. God damn it, I'm so horny. I'm sorry. Never mind. So,
I'll be dead.
the question...
Rat narrows his eyes at you.
Oh, yeah, right. Mine's like, I don't even know what color. But anyway, each petal is a rainbow. That's how you know it's horny. Okay, so my question to you guys.
Wait. Instead of Netflix and chill, it's Monopoly and hate yourself.
And hate yourself?
Shiku Dusk Fang says that.
Hey, Shiku. Oh my god, long time no see.
Yes.
All right. My question to you guys in here. What is your prediction on what's going to happen next? You know how we
For the
do.
entire volume or just next chapter?
Just next chapter. What's going to happen in the next chapter?
We'll get an explanation of what happened to Penny, I guess, and then they'll probably cut back to Robin and Crow now because they've been away from them for a little bit. So we'll probably see what's going on with them.
I would be happy if they don't get back to them ever again.
Same here. Preach to the choir there. But yeah, we'll find out what happened with Penny. We'll find out what happened with Crow and Robin, and that's about it.
All right.
Yeah, we'll catch up to them. They're hopping all around time scale with this at this rate, so it's like,
Yeah.
All right. Fatman, anything?
None. No, I mean, I think the same thing that we're gonna get a flashback to Penny. And
Flashback
what's
to Penny.
happening
Okay.
with her?
All right. Personally, I don't think that's going to happen yet. If it is, he's just going to say what happened and that's it. But I think Cinder and I think the other. Wait, did the Neo and Emerald stay with her or did they go with her? I can't remember if they were going with Cinder or not.
They're not supposed to.
I'm not supposed
Well,
to.
she didn't give them orders. Her orders. She just said, "Winter, go." Oh, not Winter.
You are my hound, right?
Cinder, Hound, go out, and then
And find me.
Ember was watching Mercury leave.
Oh no,
That's
she's going to find Watts, not the maiden, right?
Yeah, she's gonna find Watts, and then Watts gonna take her to Penny. Find Penny.
Oh, okay. I got it all mixed up then. Yeah, in
wait,
that
does
case.
Salem know that?
Yeah, Salem told Cinder to go bust out Watts, and then Watts will help you find Penny.
How does she know that?
Because Watts has the thing. What do you mean? How does she know that?
Oh, right. I forgot that he sent a communicated to Tyrion.
Yeah, and Tyrion got a head pat, right? Okay, well, I got it all mixed up. So I think we're all set. Then what's gonna happen? Whitley, Nora wakes up. Nora wakes up next episode.
That's the whole chapter.
Yeah, that's it. She's just waking up, be like, "This was all a dream, you guys." Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like one like tracking shot. It's like she wakes up, she goes to the bathroom, she brushes her teeth, washes her face, and she goes and she like makes coffee. Meanwhile, it's like in the background, all the cities falling and burning.
Yeah, 2020 in the background. Sure.
Yeah, and she's like passing windows, and as she passes each window, it gets progressively worse and worse.
Yeah.
No, they'll have a scene
The
where
team left her.
There's another. At
They'll
one
have a
point,
scene
she
where
passes
she's
the
like-
window, and aliens fly overhead, like Futurama, level everything, fly away.
Jesus.
They'll have a scene where she's walking by a mirror.
Uh-huh.
She'll take a quick glance. She'll jump back. Oh my God! Look at my scars. Like she'll have that scene in there.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, "Yeah, these are sexy."
I
Yeah.
really hope they don't fade. I really hope they don't fade. That'll be really
If
disappointing
they,
if they do.
That's what that
If they fade,
configuration
I'll be mad.
does, though. That's the annoying thing. Is like, if they for once in their lives actually follow real life physics, they will fade, and it will be annoying because it's like that's like the one thing I would leave permanent.
Yeah.
John's gonna boost her aura and she'll be healed up. Don't worry.
All right.
Oh god. If John boosts somebody's aura and it's not fucking Pietro's, I'm gonna be pissed.
True. That would be the most helpful
yeah.
one right now. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for accepting us as crazy folk. Vex, thanks again
We
as
are
always.
crazy folk.
Thank you for up to I think 94 today. 94 people watching the stream at the same
I
time.
saw 96.
96.
Yeah, we had a
that's
steady
it.
90. over
Beautiful.
90 the whole time.
Beautiful. Yeah, just like stay tuned because like I said, we never know. Like we know around. I was trying to keep them on Fridays, but because of the holidays and stuff, so I'm not sure. But so since we're in the hiatus right now, right? There's no more episodes, yeah.
Correct.
All right.
Yep, that's correct.
Be safe, please. Just be safe. That's all I care about. All right.
Yeah.
Guys, I have anything else to say?
The uncut reaction will be up on my Patreon probably in like maybe an hour and a half because I had to restart the render in the middle of the stream. So yeah, as soon as it's done rendering, it'll be up, and then it'll almost certainly be up on YouTube tomorrow.
Alrighty.
But if you want to get that uncut, gotta sign up to my Patreon. That'll
yeah.
also get you in the Discord
Mhm.
where you can ask us questions. There aren't going to be episodes, but you can still ask those questions.
And you can hang out with us because we hang out like in voice chat, here and there, as much as we can. You can hang out with us.
Hell yeah.
Okay, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Catch you all in the Yuletide.
Go watch my Cinder video and subscribe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Batman. Anything?
Wait, shit! I already did into All a Good Night. God bless us, everyone.
Amen. Bye, guys. Later.
Peace out.